So hi again. Well, I did something. I tried record earlier yesterday, and for some reason the camera didn't record. So now I have two cameras on just to make sure everything's okay. Now, when you look at the canvas, you'll see that it's no longer the colors that it was, and it's not because I covered it over with paint this time. This time I covered it over with texture, and I'm going to do something a little more on the abstract side, as my mind works that way anyway, and it's funner. So I'm going to, if you forgive me, I'm going to do a different scene this time. And the canvas is a little warped from the texture, but I don't see any cracks on it, and I tried to bend it back, it bent a little bit, but not too great. Anyway, so let's get at it. So the other thing you'll note is I took one of my cutting boards. I didn't think the bowl worked very good, so I put some of that stretch and seal stuff that I fight with so badly on the cutting board so that I don't get it all covered in paint. And I also pulled out my new paints that I got, so I'm going to play around a little bit. I'm going to try and do dark on the outside and light on the inside and see how that goes. I still have sponges, but they're new because apparently you're not supposed to leave them dry out. You're supposed to actually wash them off and dry them. So anyway, I'm going to start with I think this is Payne's Gray, if I recall, and we'll see how it goes. Just going to start with the outside corners and then work my way in and see what happens. And thanks for joining me, by the way. This is part 2 of the my beginner start. So this I probably shouldn't have added water because it's but that's okay. I can always go over it. A friend of mine told me about dabbing, so I'm dabbing. And you kind of have to on this anyway because of the texture. But so the recipe for the texture, I wanted to sort of wait before I gave it out to you, not because it's a big secret or anything. It's my papercrete recipe without the paper and without the cement in it. And it's just that I didn't know how it was going to handle. This particular canvas is a canvas board, and it's just meant for me to start out with before I buy the canvases, because they can be pretty expensive. And the dollar store ones that I've picked up don't have gesso on them. So I do have a recipe for it. Gesso is the covering that allows the paint not to soak into the canvas. I learned that the hard way when I did my first acrylic pour. I thought, what harm could it do? And it was a mess, but then that wasn't just because of that, it was because of what I mixed. I'm going to have to sand the edges of this thing too, because when I put the texturing down, it went over the edges and I didn't wipe them off. And now they need to get sanded because it's about the only way I can get it off. But that'll be for another day, maybe once I get this done. I've always been interested in texture painting, and I have done when I was in school, but that was a long time ago. I've done abstract painting. Well, not painting, it's a crafty thing, sort of, where I glued down straws and string and all different kinds of things around the the cardboard that I was using, and then I painted it. It was kind of abstract looking. I don't know if the teacher understood what I was doing, but that's okay. She gave me a good mark. Okay, now we're going to need some purples. This is called, oh boy, dioxine purple. I'm going to have trouble with the names, I can tell, especially when I can't see them without my glasses. So maybe I'll just allow that color to mix with the one I got. So that it can be blended in. I know these are not Alberta colors. Well, someplace in Alberta they might have these colors. I don't know. It's just sometimes you have to kind of go with the flow, I guess. Need something darker, I think. I don't know if I have any colors that are darker. No. Get some blue out. This is, oh boy, something blue. Phyllo blue? Maybe. Phyllo something blue. We'll see. Maybe I can mix it with the other. These are all Liquitex colors. The only one I don't have that's Liquitex is, I've got the white is Meeden heavy body paint. Okay, I'm just going to kind of run these all together. It's a little lighter than I wanted it right now. Still have some supplies to come in before I can do my liquid painting. That's why I'm sort of doing these things to tide me over. As I've been watching the Shelley art classes videos, I'm realizing that I needed a little bit more in the supplies. So those are coming now. That's looking better. Gonna go into the darker color here. Blend it in. For those that you were wondering if I got the paint off last time, I had to use a steel wool scrubby in order to get it off, but I got it off. It's supposed to be washable, but it was all dry, so I guess that doesn't help. And I know the camera's cutting my head off again, and that's probably just as well. I don't want to shock you. But It's either that or you're going to miss the whole view of the painting, which probably more important, I would think. Oh, I didn't know I had black out, but that's good. That's Meeden also. This is much easier to get the paint off than to use some of this black, I think. Sort of like a palette instead of a bowl. The friend that suggested the dabbing probably didn't expect me to dab this. It was probably, you can see that there's a little bit of the color in here. I don't know if you can see it with the camera, but the background is blue and the wheat fields are still under there, hidden. Okay. Now I'm going to start lightening this a bit. Just come in with the blues. When I started doing the texturing, I didn't exactly know what I was doing. And apparently that will probably show, but everything's an experiment at this point. And hope you enjoy it. I'm going to try and stick some music on so that it's a little more entertaining. And I'm also going to probably narrate over this. So if I can't narrate over it because I haven't figured it out yet, then you'll be hearing what I'm saying now. But if I can narrate it over top, then you won't be hearing this part. Everything is a learning lesson. Okay, so now I'm going to trade in my sponge and pull in a different one. And I am going to go bright. So I guess I best come over here a little bit. Whole premise of the picture is kind of the darkness of the world, that there's always a bright light. As a Christian person, I think of the bright light as Jesus. But it can be whatever you like in your eyes. Now, I might do a little more blue on that before I get into that. Not change sponges quite yet, John. Because I might let this dry and then, because this center has a kind of a star in the middle of it. It's not a great star, but it's a textured star I put in here. And I was going to dry brush yellows and golds and things over top. What's the idea? It's always nice to have something darker in the background before you do that. How did I get yellow? Oh my gosh. And, I guess it helps when you watch what you're doing. I better move this puppy over. Yep, cleaned it off pretty good. Gotta get some other. Oh, missed the garbage. I think I'm just going to continue to work on this dark area and my hands to fill it in a little more, and then I'll let it dry and back. White was more texture. Oh, I know what it is. It's the texture dry bits from the texturing of the picture. That are still on the table that I tried wiping off. Because I didn't get them all. Yes, sirree, Bob. Oh, well. It is abstract, right? These wet ones are working wonderful, except for when they bring stuff onto the canvas. I guess I should pick it up, probably make you guys dizzy. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I'll be back